Introduce yourself.
My name is Scribes. I am a music artist. I live in Los Angeles, originally from Seattle, Washington. I rap, I sing. Yeah.
What inspired you to grow your hair out?
What inspired me to grow my hair out? Well, so basically, I've been in LA almost 7 years now, and before I was out here, I was an artist in Seattle, and I was kind of like doing my thing in Seattle. Like I was, kind of well established as an artist. Like I put in a lot of work. Like it was kind of like my heart and soul, just like to do music. Like that was my heart and soul, like my music career, being an artist, being involved in the scene up there, and just like whatever. And I think that when I came out to LA, because I kind of felt like I reached a point where I wasn't going to get any bigger out there. I think I thought that I was going to be able to sort of bridge the gap between my hometown and like the new city that I was moving to, and that my career was going to kind of like take off from there, or it was going to grow from there. But that really wasn't what happened. It was a lot more of like a starting over experience, like starting over from scratch. And I think like that wasn't what I was prepared for. And so I think I kind of like moved around Hollywood, or moved around LA, going to parties and trying to network and meet people for like the first few years, and then after a while, you just go broke. And so you start working at a job and, going through kind of like the Hollywood struggle or whatever. And I think really what made me like grow my hair out is like, it sounds kind of simple, but it's like I reached kind of like a breaking point when I was working at this one particular job. Like I was working at a movie theater over in Westwood, which is right by UCLA, and I reached like a breaking point where I was kind of like, man, you know what? I really don't give a fuck about what anybody else think of me in this city really anymore. You know what I mean? Like we get all dressed up to go to like these like parties and look all bougie or whatever, and there's like this standard of beauty that everybody has, which is like I'm not judging you or knocking it or whatever. But at the same time, it's like you go out to these parties and it's like, man, and you guys even gonna help me with my music career anyways? It's not like any of you guys are invested in me or really give a fuck about my well-being at all. So it's like at the end of the day, I don't see what this has to do with my artistry, with my lyricism, with my musicianship, or whatever it is. Like I just don't see it. So I think it's time for me to get back to that. So I started like grinding real hard at my job to try to save money to build a studio. So I was like sleeping in my car and shit. Like I wasn't like homeless, but the commute was so far to my job that I didn't want to drive back home to my house, because like I get like 3 hours of sleep every night, or I would like be just wasting money on gas and driving my car into the ground, driving all the way from like North Hollywood in the Valley all the way over there. So at a certain point I was like sleeping in my car 3 nights a week. And then like, this might sound like some white boy shit, but I was like, well, I was like, rather than spend all this money going to the barber, I was like, haircuts might just have to go. And who knows, maybe we'll see what happens. Maybe something will come of it. But it was really that organic or that natural. I was just like, man, I'm just trying to save money, so I'm not gonna get my hair cut for a bit. And then just kept letting it go. And time goes by, and now I'm here, pretty much.
How long have you been growing your hair out?
So it's November 2018. I remember October 2015 was like when I made the decision. I was like, I think I got my last haircut sometime around then. I think I stopped getting haircuts then. So it's like over 3 years now.
What's the longest you've grown your hair out?
I mean, what you see right now, like this is the longest it's ever been in my life. Like I was not like that kid growing up that's like that has like that presence, or like that's his identity, is like, that's so and so with the long hair. Like, I always had short hair. Like, I had a lot of different hairstyles. I was always like kind of creative with it. Like, I once had like bleached my hair when the whole Slim Shady thing was going on. I mean, I used to have spiky hair. I like probably had a buzz cut though, most of it, to be honest. Like, especially when I was doing music, I just kept a buzz cut and just whatever. And then yeah, like, I guess I kind of like went into this whole journey, and I was like, well, this is a whole other chapter right here. We'll see where it goes.
What products do you use to maintain your hair?
I don't use shit. I mean, like, I use like shampoo and conditioner, and I clean it. But nah, like, sometimes it'll get a little bit more frizzy than I'd like it to be. So, maybe I'll find a product that's like will like relax it, because my hair is kind of like wavy naturally or whatever. It doesn't like just always lay flat, but for that sometimes I'll like blow dry it, and then you can like always straighten it or something like that. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Like, I'm not too thorough as far as the products go. So yeah, once again, this is Scribes. Big thanks, shout out to Men's Long Locks for having me as a feature. And yeah, be sure to like them, subscribe them,